Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, I got so excited with the SPY that I lost track of time today, so I am sorry about that. But we are going to go ahead and talk about the markets, see what is going on, and of course, super excited for Thursday that we are going to have Josh from Flow Trade up live telling us all about how to use the software, which I have been really enjoying today. Really enjoying it, watching the SPY in action. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, I've got this. Let me just move this over here so I can watch that as well. Got a couple things going on. Hey, bat scientist, welcome. All right, so we got the target up, right? Dart target, but some people might say, hey, you're throwing darts in the sand or darts up against a bullseye to see where you want to go from here. But when we really look at it, and we're looking at the SPY, let's go to a 45-minute chart here. Let's see if I might have to exit a quick position over here. We do have this little trend line here. Let's go ahead and draw this. So we've been butting up against this trend line right here. So we're in a bit of a equilateral wedge right here. If we go back to it, right, from today, we have down to here $1.30, right? Did it start at the top? No, it didn't. Let's start it up here. Let's bring it down. So we have about, $1.30, right? And measured it all the way from the top up here. Doesn't look like it. Let's go and try this again. Okay, so anyways, 338.69 down to 330. Let's get rid of this. 337.14. So 69, roughly $1.50, right? So if we were to break out from here, my target is going to be roughly 340 to the upside. Oh, and you guys, you know what? Kodak is in action today. I just got an alert, actually, that if you guys like the low float runners, Kodak, I believe it, oh, there we go. It was just at 1066, and now it is moving again. So if you guys like the low float, momentum, crazy trades, guess what? Kodak is in that action right now. But let's go back to the SPY, right? So the SPY, here we are. We're slowly moving along. I'm just watching. I got to exit a quick trade over here. Close this out. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and go forward, just add to this position right here. So my target is going to be roughly 340 to the upside, and that could happen, in the next couple of days. That could happen today. Not sure when it is going to happen, but that's my target to the upside if we're able to go ahead and break that trend line. On Thursday, we do have Flow Trade coming along, and they're going to go ahead and show us all about using the software. That's how I was able to go ahead and get in all the way down here. Using that hand in hand, you guys know that I do teach in the training pit, teach people all about using the dark pool prints and everything like that. So in using the dark pool, Flow Trade incorporates that, incorporates the block trades, incorporates high frequency algo trading. So we will be talking about that. You can see we're pretty much stalling right here for the moment. It looks like the algorithm, high frequency trading algorithm, actually just shifted to be a buy at the moment. So looking for that breakout, let's go ahead and set it here. It doesn't want to do the alert for me. 338.57. Let's do it crossing up. Would love to have that break and have you guys rock nice profits to the upside right here. I am starting to do guests on Thursdays for my live stream. So if there's anyone you guys want to see, I'm going to be trying to bring on trade ideas next week on demoing their software. I love it myself, but maybe we'll get Steve Gomez. He's a good buddy of mine, to go ahead and demo that too. So, hey Sean, welcome. And Sean, who's on Trader TV, you got to check that out as well. They are live in the mornings. So Sean, we've got flow trade coming up on Thursday this week, and it's an awesome one. There we go. We're breaking up above that trend line that I had on my 45-minute chart. Set that alert, and want to go ahead and see it break above, really want to go ahead and see it break above 338.60. Like I said, my target would be $1.50 to the upside for that equilateral triangle right there. And so let's see, let's go ahead and rock it. Remember, in the past, when we do have sell-offs in the market, ding, there we go. I need some of those animations, Sean. That when we see the market rocking to the upside before a major sell-off, what do we usually always see? We usually always see a higher high. So they took it 1 penny shy. We were 339.08 back in February. Let me just mute the rest of my computer. And then we had a massive sell-off and it pulled back to the downside. Hey, straight up, Hemi, how's it going? Hey, Gabby. I don't know how to say hello in Portuguese. I know obrigado is thank you, but I don't know how to say hello. Hola, maybe, that's it. So looking at this, Bitcoin, a lot of the hedge areas were down today, gold and silver. Remember, when we go back and we look back in the past, I know this is fun. I don't want to get off of the SPY. We're about to see it rock up to the upside. So when we go back and we look at gold in the past, is it a wonder that Buffett just got into it? What happened? Well, we just broke above the highs back in November 11th. 2008, it did pull back, went to 66 and tripled, right? So if we are in that scenario, we might see a pullback. Let's see the depth of this pullback right here was 30%, and then it tripled, right? So if we were to have a 30% pullback, which could happen, we're looking at, that was 34%. We might see it pull back all the way back down here, but roughly that 90 SMA, 126. Or people could go ahead and dump money into it as a safe haven for the US dollar dropping. So we do have USDU, US dollar bullish fund, massive pullback. What is it? UPP? Is that it? No. UUP? The dollar index fund? Yeah. So this one as well, starting to pull back as well. So right now, the dollar is starting to pull back. People back in 2008 went to solid metals, silver, gold. Let's look at the silver chart as well for the monthly. When we look at it, hey, it went from 8 to 48. It actually performed better than gold. So if we look at it again, we started off at $12. That's roughly almost it's a six times move. So if we were down here at 13, hey Google, what's 13 times 6? Much easier. 78. So potential target for silver up here to 78. Now remember, it did take 3 years for that move. So it might take 3 years. However, you could triple your money on it. So it might be a better longer term investment. You can see we also hit the bottoms back here. And we're curling up from there. All right, so another one. I did mention this yesterday. This is one that I have more personally as a longer term holding. It is a lower float. It does have, you guys saw me talk about it yesterday, it does have Tesla, Apple, Qualcomm, NVIDIA, Samsung, who else? Like all of the electronic car makers in it. To me, it has 105 different stocks diversified in this ETF, looking very undervalued to me. Tesla's hitting all-time highs, and this one is still down below. So this is sort of like a little secret. So I'm letting you guys in on it. Look, we're all the way up at 1900 up here. We had a 3.5% move, and iDrive, which is roughly 75% short with short volume over the last 50 days. And you can see what's happened. It's just squeezed those shorts all the way along. So this one has that potential to go ahead and keep squeezing them. Do you guys have anything that you would like to see, or any stocks that you guys would like to talk about? I do have my watch list that I do every day. I do it live on Ticker Talker on my channel there. Nvidia's pulling back a little bit today. Yandex, this is going to be like a Google for China. I'm super skeptical myself personally about trading Chinese stocks, but we have seen it. It came here, it broke out, we had a bit higher volume, now we have a bit higher volume again. It was another breakout right here, and we are above all of it. So this is in that breakout mode, much like the SPY. It actually mimics the SPY right before we had the drop, which is interesting. If we go and we look at it back in February, right back here, right? January and February. Oops, excuse me, further back. See? We came here, we pulled back, and then it was new highs. So keep Yandex on watch. That might be a signal right there. Don't know. Microsoft, right? We were talking about Microsoft, the big guys. Microsoft has just been trucking along in this nice channel. Awesome. I'll look at it. Straight up, Henry. So we have this, which is starting to look a little bit like an upside down head and shoulders to me. Do you guys see this? Oh, let's draw. Now it wants to draw for me. A shoulder. Come on there, brush. We have a shoulder. Really? Doesn't want to draw. How strange. Brush. Let's make it yellow. Alright, I don't know why it's not drawing. But I see a shoulder right here, a bit of a head, and another shoulder. So that might be something to watch. If we can go ahead and break above the 216 level, I don't think I put an alert here. So let's go ahead and put an alert for 217. Actually, the high was 217.60. So 217.15, not a problem. We'll put it up there. We'd like to watch that to the upside to see if we're able to, like I said, that has a little bit of an upside down head and shoulders to me. So we could be taking that next step up. Apple. Apple has almost two channels, right? It's got this lower one and this upper one. And we just bounced off of the moving averages. Would like to see it break above 465. We have seen both Apple and Tesla just rip on the news that they are going to have these forward splits, positive for investors to get in. Sometimes what will happen is they will surge just up to the split, and then afterwards they sort of pull back a little bit, another time to potentially get in and then go up, because as people see it on their list of stocks, it can end up almost showing that it had a big loss that day. Meanwhile, it's just a change in price, and it just dropped from 400 divided by 4, so $115 off it. All right, so you guys want to look at glue. Let's look at glue on our daily chart. All right, Bat Scientist, you had $8 calls from last week, expire 12/18. Very nice. What'd you pay for those, Bat Scientist? It's looking nice. Yeah, we have a nice rounded bottom right here, bigger volume, and we are just above it. It's going to be interesting to see if we're able to go ahead and close above this 810 price right here. Right now it's looking good. Is that 810 price going to hold? That looks like that was a resistance right here on the day that we had a bit higher volume, right? Some of the features are not working on this. See, this day. So are we going to be able to go ahead and hold above that completely or not? Let's look at LAC. All right, LAC. Looks like Lithium of Americas is pulling back, hitting the moving averages and bounce. So it had earnings. This one doesn't look bad potentially as a longer term trade mate. Yes, it was overextended up here. It's come back to reality, right? You can see just been following this up. Nice. They're probably up, what, about 180 or 2 for those? I could even look at it. So looking at that right now, let's see. Booyah. Booyah, as Jim Cramer likes to say. Loving that the SPY is back up at 338.60. Let's look at the SPY again. Forgot. So we're right up here. Would love to see it really break the highs as well going forward. We've broken the trend. Had some volume coming in a little bit. Let's look at our level 2. Let's see what do we have going on. Looks like it's stalling a bit right here, right at that 60-cent mark. Let's go to our 5-minute chart and turn on and see if we have any roadblocks coming up. Looks like 338.73 might act as a roadblock for us. And then we'll head on up maybe 339.19. My potential target for today is going to be 339.60. I would love to see it break 340 today. Honestly, I mentioned it yesterday. I think we have the potential for the SPY to go ahead and have a 20-point move for the week. When we look back at it, let's go really quickly and look at our short sale volume on the SPY yesterday. It was at 42%, so it's pretty low. It's dropped below 50, which means that there's more confidence, more people are buying. The volume did drop a little bit though, and it pulled back. But when we look at it, this is the first time really that it has been below 50% in the last 50 days. We've had a lot of people constantly shorting this index, as well as the Qs, which doesn't make sense to me. It's like iDrive. You see it going up, everybody wants to peg the top, which in essence fuels more highs and brand new highs. Then once everybody goes bullish, that's when a lot of the really big guys tend to go ahead and pull back. Okay, let's look at Apple. Apple likes to move when I'm talking about it. Many times when I'm teaching in the training pit, all of a sudden, it's probably because it just broke out from the pre-market high right here, 462. And you said Amazon 2, moving to the upside. So right here, we are testing the high, came up, and it looks like it might have hit up here, and then it pulled back a little bit. So we'd look for that break above 3,300 as well to see that move to the upside. JD also had a nice move up today, had that on my watch list with earnings that they had it come out today. No, excuse me, JD was not today. SE was today. SE had a nice move right off open, pulled back. Look, almost hit our 50 simple moving average. I do like to use the multiples of 9 for some reason on my charts. I like that. I don't know why I got into that lately. 9, 18, 45. I like it. All right, so Intel had a bit of a pullback, huh? We pulled back down here. Let's get rid of these lines for us. You guys don't need to see it. Now, let's also look. Do you guys use volume profile? Where are we in relation to the volume profile on Intel? For today, it looks like we are a bit below. Okay, let's go to our 45-minute chart. Give us a couple more days. What's happened recently? Well, it looks like they've been consolidating right here. Like these are the volume profiles. We're above this area, but it hasn't broken really above, solidly above 49. So it looks more like it's just in a consolidation, right? And you can back it out on the daily chart. We can see that. We do have higher lows being set up, right? We draw it right here, higher lows, and put it here, right? We broke above it right there. All right, let's go ahead and draw another one right here. So we broke above that area. So looks bullish. You can see when we zoom in, was there a lot of volume right there on that day, right at that trend line? Pretty much just above that trend line, there was volume that came into it. So as long as it, in my opinion, is going to hold above 48.70 right here, this one looks like potential long for me. Right? I would like to see that. Confirmation obviously would be breaking above that 49.60. Yeah, you see how we broke that down? So we've got this wedge here. Again, higher volume coming in on that wedge, broke above it. Right? So we have 2 days. So we have 48.70 and the wedge right here at $49. We're a little bit below it, but if we're able to close and hold above $49, in my opinion, that looks like a fairly good long, potential long swing from here. All right, 338.72. Come on, SPY. Let's see 340 today. All right. Again, this Thursday, 12:30, come and check out Flow Trade. You guys are going to love it. That's how I really got in earlier today at 10:30. I saw the high frequency algo switch to be a buy. NDX rocket ship. All right, let's look at NDX. Straight up, Hemi wants to see NDX. Nice, Fat Scientist. That's awesome. Yep, NDX, NASDAQ is rocking it. Yeah, Qs are up as well. Let's go ahead and look at our Qs holdings, right? Everything is pretty much up. Amazon, 120 points. Google is up. Let's go ahead and let's do here. IDI stock holdings. So you guys can see, this is like a little sleeper to me. I feel like this is super undervalued for all of the stocks that are in it, and it could really launch to the upside. So I would love to share it with you guys and have you guys all profit. So you can see Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Qualcomm, Siemens, Toyota, Samsung, Alphabet, Google, obviously, Daimler, Chrysler, Analog, Intel, GM, Honda, NXPI. We've got semiconductors in here too. Yeah, my pleasure. BMW, Samsung, Panasonic, all of these tech stocks as well. Ford Motor that just ran up. We've got Yandex in here, Garmin for GPS, Neo for electric cars and stuff. So it's got 113. It's very diversified. So looking for that to really launch and skyrocket. I feel like it's like really down less than $33 for such a diverse fund. And let's go to the SPY and let's put also where the volume profile is for it. So SPY, yeah, volume profile is right down here at 338.40. So that's where the most volume has been traded throughout the day, you see? And it was primarily showing buying volume right here. Does not mean that it's not going to change from there. Let's see if we can go to the settings on that. See if we can make it, let's go to value area volume. If I can increase that to 100 to go ahead and break it down a bit more specific, so we have better breakdown of the volume. And we can see a little bit more. So we can see, yep, it's still the largest volume right there, and it breaks it down for us a bit more diverse. So looking potentially for those new time highs, likely going to come this week. Now remember, with those new time highs, everybody is going to try to pick the top. So there's going to be shorts that are trying to jump in. All right, we're hitting an all-time high. Let me go ahead and short here. In my opinion, you guys know I like that 45-minute 425, right? Where are we in relation to that? It's all the way down here at 330. So we have some space to pull back. Even if it hit that and it bounced, we could run up from there still. We've hit this numerous times. Fat Scientist, I am feeling bearish on Uber. Looking at the chart, it's not looking that healthy to me. And we hit this moving average here today, and it pulled back. And it's just been riding below the 50 simple moving average on the 45-minute chart. So actually I'm going to set an alert for breaking down below 29.30. This one, if it does stop in California, that's our biggest state, right, in the States. If it's, I would like to see what their sales are in California. That's going to definitely hurt them for their sales and their money that's going to start coming in, right? So I would be very careful, in my opinion, on that one to the long side until it can prove itself. Again, you can see it started to roll over and it looks like it's in that downward trend. On our daily chart, when we back it back even more, it looks like we've had this consolidation area. We've got a gap right down here, using the volume profile again, or session volume on TradingView, down to 28.15. There was also big activity. There was an option sweep on Uber 31 puts for this Friday. So just be cautious on that one. In my opinion, it's looking more like a short, more of an M pattern. Let's see if it wants to draw for me. Yeah, there we go. Right? It looks more like an M pattern. And if it M's down, then 28.15 would be my target. So you could even put some 28 puts, just super cheap option lottos if you really wanted to. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Sorry I was a little bit late today, but definitely check out on Thursday at 12:15, 12:30. We will have Flow Trade on. You guys are going to like this. You're going to love the software. I really personally love it, especially for those that follow the dark pool as well. It's going to be cool. Thanks, Straight Up Hemi. I will check out P-Time. Carpe Profits, seize those profits one trade at a time. Bye.